Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Uncle Mad here live tonight. Kind of a celebration, kind of a fun live stream we're going to do because we have hit 900 subscribers. I cannot believe it. I never in a million years would have thought we'd come anywhere close to that. I never really even had a goal or a ambition to hit that many subscribers. My thought when I started the channel was I'd have like, two, three, maybe friends, family members that would watch the videos. Started on April 1st, 2020 during COVID, so it was more a way to keep people in the loop, keep people updated, keep people knowing what I was doing, what was going on during that time. But, the last year especially, it has blossomed, it has grown, it's been crazy. So we hit it on Friday, I believe, is when we passed the 900 mark. I believe as of today, we're at 905, somewhere like that. But it kind of varies. I drop one, add one, drop two, add three. It's kind of getting to where it's floating, but it seems we're, hopefully pretty steadily set into the 900 range now. Maybe on the way to 1,000. That would certainly be unbelievable to hit 1,000. So if you are amongst the 900 subscribers that have got us to this point, please, feel free to share the channel, send it along to your friends. We'd love to hit 1,000. But I mean, I'm just happy with where we're at now. But trying to do the daily content this year, I don't know. Honestly, I'm already not sure how much further we're gonna make it. Like, if we get through January, if I do a video or some type of content every day in January, I will feel pretty good about that. But I am definitely already kind of 365 days. I don't know that we're gonna make it that far, but we made it this far as it is in January. This video, this live stream is counting for the 22nd day of January. So we have hit 22 out of 22 days in January having some type of content loaded up to the channel. So if we go, the last, what is it, 8, 9 days of January with a video every day of some sort, I'll certainly feel pretty good about that. So thank you to those of you who have subscribed. Thank you to those of you who have made me feel like this is something worth doing, trying to even get a month worth of videos out there. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on to a live stream today to kind of celebrate hitting 900. Also kind of, just kind of chat, give updates about what's going on in the channel, what might be coming up soon. Watching the Cincinnati Bengals, Buffalo Bills, AFC Divisional playoff game right now. The winner of this obviously goes on to play the Kansas City Chiefs next Sunday in the AFC Championship game. Right now it is 27-10. The Bengals are leading the Bills in Buffalo. I'm, not entirely surprised by that score. It was a weird line. The Bengals were +6 on this game in most books. Bills -6, Bills 6-point favorites, which never really made too much sense to me because the Bengals are very good. They went to the Super Bowl last year. They've got Joe Burrow. They've got maybe the best receiving core of any team in the NFL. The Bills defense is not great. They have not been great. They let third string quarterback Skylar Thompson for the Dolphins throw all over them last week. So it was almost like one of those weird trap lines that you look at where you're like, Bengals +6. I feel like that's trying to trick me into taking Bengals +6, which makes me think that the odds makers in Vegas know something I don't know, which makes me think I should take Bills -6 because it's too easy to take Bengals +6, but then your brain gets in a pretzel, you get in a twist. I took for this game, I took the Bengals +6. It felt like a rat line, a square line, whatever you want to call it, but that's what I took. I took it partially because I have a future Super Bowl bet on the Bills, so it's kind of like if the Bengals beat the Bills, if I put the right amount of money on the Bengals to win this game, I kind of am hedging my original bet on the Bills, and I can come out ahead or even break even at least. So I also put the Bengals in a teaser with the Cowboys later tonight, which brought the Bengals up to +10. And the Cowboys up to, oh, is that a fumble? Is that a fumble? They are ruling that a fumble on the field. Fumble on the field. The Bengals have recovered. That might be ball game right there. We got 10 minutes left to go in this game. It's 27-10 Bengals over Buffalo. Snow is coming down. This is a beautiful thing to see, the way the snow is coming down in this game. Oh, Josh Allen looks like he's hurt too. I mean, if that's a fumble, if that's not a fumble, then the Josh Dobbs throw was definitely not a fumble either. They've ruled it a fumble on the field. Almost identical, except for the play. The hit came from the front, not the back, to the Josh Dobbs fumble against the Jaguars. That might be ball game. The Bills, you would expect their offense to be high powered, to be able to kind of like get points. We saw it happen last year with the Kansas City game and the AFC Championship game, but they just haven't had it today. They've been off. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's just, a lot of people have been talking about that Josh Allen's elbow hasn't been right all season. I don't know. Who's to say? It looks like the Bengals may have just locked up the game, though, with that fumble, if it stands, which it should stand based on what we saw from the Josh Dobbs Titans-Jaguars situation. Are you watching Roger Goodell? Yeah. Beautiful game. Snow game. It's beautiful. Beautiful to watch. Beautiful to see. The absolute fun you'd want to see in a football game is just snow. Just dudes banging heads into each other out there in the snow. It's great. I am surprised the Bills' offense hasn't been more productive today. I thought this would be more of a shootout. Didn't expect the Bills' defense to be able to really slow the Bengals down. So they kind of have. Because the Bengals have had the ball way more than the Bills and just probably should be up more, honestly. But all my bets so far for this game, I believe, are cashing currently. I bet the over on Joe Burrow rushing yards at 11.5 yards. I think he's got 30-some-odd yards rushing in this game, which is good. So that one's cashed. The teaser leg and the +6 both should cash if this scoreline holds. Knock on wood. Obviously, there's 10 minutes to go. A lot can happen. The one bet I have on this game that has not yet come into play, that I could come into play, though, there's 10 minutes left. I could see the Bengals looking for a dagger shot here. I bet T. Higgins anytime touchdown scorer. T. Higgins, who I'd love to see be a future Tennessee Titan. I've got him as anytime touchdown scorer. That hasn't hit yet. If that one hits, that'd be great. All right, we're back from commercial. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like the Bengals offense is out, so it looks like they've confirmed. Are they? No, Josh Allen's back out. They rolled that an incompletion. That is ridiculous. If that's an incomplete pass, the Josh Dobbs bullcrap against the Jaguars was an incomplete pass. The NFL is rigged. Write it down. The NFL is rigged. That is ridiculous. Unbelievable. That makes me so mad right now. That was the exact same play as the freaking Josh Dobbs fumble. I'm so mad right now. I am so mad right now. No, they're going to throw a flag there. They're not going to throw a flag there. They really should have thrown a flag there. Josh Allen definitely got hit as he was sliding there. NFL's rigged. They definitely wanted Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs over Josh Dobbs. Now, that is way more of a fumble than the Josh Dobbs one. I am so mad right now. Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. They overturned that and didn't overturn the Josh Dobbs fumble. I'm so mad. Ooh, this is real. This is real. You don't get this much in the videos because I do a lot of editing, obviously, on the videos, but this is live. I can't edit this. I am super mad right now because I don't even care about this stupid game, but the fact that that was not a fumble. But the Josh Dobbs play in the Jaguars game was a fumble. Unbelievable BS. The NFL is rigged. Shoot Roger Goodell into the sun. He put the call in. He wanted Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs and not Josh Dobbs. Can't blame him. Can't blame him. I have been kind of happy to not have to watch the Titans in these games because we would have just been steamrolled by some of these teams. I have a feeling. I don't know. Vrabel always finds a way to win. It might be for the best for us though that we've been able to kind of move on, make the changes we need to make. Change, fire the offensive coordinator. Finally, Todd Downing. Finally, Todd Downing. Finally, Todd Downing got fired. Move forward with the process of getting Rand Carthen in as the new offensive coordinator. I hate to say that. I want to be in the playoffs. I want the Titans to be in the playoffs. I want to be watching my team. I want to be cheering for them. But, sucks we lost. Sucks that now, the more I see it, the more I feel like we got screwed. But I'm happy with what we've done since the season ended. So, whatever. There will be a more complete, almost interception, full kind of Titans post-mortem / what's next vlog at some point in time, either a live stream or a vlog. I've been thinking about when to do it. I kind of decided after the Rand Carthen hire, I wanted to hold off until we, hopefully we'll get the offensive coordinator position solidified in the next week or so. Because I feel like it'd be better to wait until that has been done. Just because I feel like there's still kind of that kind of has a question mark over what the team is going to do going forward. I think the Rand Carthen thing, obviously him being hired gives some clarity what the team is looking to do moving forward. But I think we'll know a lot more once we see who they hire as an offensive coordinator. Do they go internal with Tim Kelly? Do they do an external hire, but somebody that's kind of on the same wavelength of what we've always been? Or do they do a new person who's completely out of left field that completely changes the offense? I'm kind of wanting to wait and see what we do there because I think that'll give us a better idea, a better opportunity to assess exactly what's going to happen with the Titans moving forward. So keep an eye out for that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn the bell on for notifications. So we'll definitely be doing a Titans 2022 season post-mortem / early look ahead to 2023. But I'm kind of waiting to see what we do with the offensive coordinator position. So hopefully get somebody hired in the next week or so and can do that video. Maybe bring my buddy Colin for that one. 4th and 6. Shouldn't be 4th and 6. Cincinnati should still have the ball right now. But the NFL loves the Bills. They love Josh Allen. They want to give them every opportunity they can to help them get ahead. Josh Allen, all time in the world, scrambling. He got hit as he threw. Broken up in the end zone. Is there a flag? No flag. Turnover on downs. Ball goes over the Bengals. And what we saw a few minutes ago when it should have been a turnover then, should be a turnover now. Ball goes back to Cincinnati. More time off the clock. It certainly looks like we are heading to an AFC Championship game rematch between the Bengals and the Chiefs. It's so weird because I feel like everybody on the one hand should be rooting for the Bills because obviously they've been through this horrible, tragic situation with Damar Hamlin, which is so great to see that he's back, that he's with the team, that he's seemingly not had any major, I don't know if he can play again, but he's for living his life. He just seems like he's going to be able to move forward. So certainly you'd want the Bills to win. You want to cheer for them from that perspective. But at the same time, if the Bills won this game, we'd be heading towards the Bills-Chiefs neutral site AFC Championship game in Atlanta, which I don't know if I've said this on the channel. I don't know if I've just said it on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if that's where I said it. Uncle_mad with 2 Ds. I think this whole idea the NFL came up with to potentially play the AFC Championship game at a neutral site if the teams that had no tiebreakers ended up against each other was an orchestrated plan to kind of push forward the idea of the AFC NFC Championship games eventually becoming full-time neutral site events like secondary Super Bowls, because I just think that's something the NFL would love to do, because if they can make more money, if they can turn those into if they can basically create 2 additional mini versions of the Super Bowl, why wouldn't they want to do that? So if we can spoil the NFL's plans and just have it be Cincinnati going to Kansas City again and not getting them their neutral site championship game that they wanted, that'd be great, because I think that's what they want. I think they want a neutral site championship game as like a pilot or like a test run for that becoming the new normal, that becoming what they do moving forward. So as much as I want the Bills to win for the sympathy angle, I don't want that NFL to get the benefit from that by having the neutral site AFC championship game. As much as they've like stoned the Titans recently, as much as they've like been our kryptonite, I can't help but kind of like the Bengals. Joe Burrow is very hard to not like as a quarterback. Their whole team, their whole deal. I don't like the center who was like saying like "F you Tennessee, F you Tennessee" when he was storming off the field after they beat us. Because like, why was he so bitter against Tennessee? Like they've Cincinnati's owned us. I don't know who he played for before. That maybe he has a bad experience before he came to Cincinnati with the Titans. I don't know. That was kind of annoying, but like it's kind of annoying that they beat us like 3 straight times or whatever it is. But Joe Burrow is just like very hard to not like as a quarterback. Just kind of annoying. I'm glad he's somewhere like the Bengals. Like if he was like the Ravens quarterback or if he was like the Colts quarterback, that would be a nightmare. To have somebody like that's kind of likable being like the quarterback for one of those teams would be so hard to deal with. But at least he's at the Bengals where it's like they're annoying because they beat us recently, but I mean they're still the Bengals. All right, 27-10. 7 minutes left. 2nd and 8. Bengals deep in their own territory. Would love to get that T. Higgins touchdown. That'd be great. Seal the perfect score here. Doesn't seem likely. Seems like they're going to run it. Oh my gosh. Like these run plays sometimes. Like I think it's like. I feel like every run play in this game has gone about like 4 or 5 yards longer than it should have gone. Because the defenders are getting pushed back and can't like get the traction in the snow. That's maybe like completely wrong, a completely weird thing to think, but like I don't know. It feels like every run play has gone 2 to 3 yards longer than it looks like it should have gone. Timeout. We got another commercial. Are the Bills taking their timeouts early? Is that what's happening here? Well, while we've got a commercial here, let's talk about some things that are coming up on the channel. Today, I went to the Lost Patty here in Nashville to watch Manchester United play Arsenal. Great place, great location. It's really growing on me. For a while when that first became the place to go to for Manchester United matches. Wasn't completely sold on it and was kind of like sour on it, to be honest, but it has gotten better and better and better and better and better. And the last couple of weeks, really, and going back to when I was going there for World Cup matches, it really has become an elite soccer bar. Like, they've got for the big games especially, like, sometimes you go there if it's like a smaller game, maybe they don't have as many of the TVs set up or as much of the accoutrement set up, but like today, last week when I was there for the Manchester Derby, they've really turned a corner and made it into a really cool venue to watch soccer at. So if you're looking for, if you're a United fan, definitely that's where you should be going to watch soccer games. If you're just a, casual person who likes to watch soccer, definitely that's the place you should be going to watch soccer. Nashville SC, obviously, is coming up right around the corner. That's the Assembly Supporters Group's home bar for watch parties, so definitely be there for some of those games. But I've got a vlog from that event today going to the watch party that'll come out, if you're watching this live, it'll come out tomorrow on the channel, so stay tuned for that. We're back from the timeout. I think my T. Higgins touchdown bet is dead because I think the Bengals are just going to run it every chance they get and try to run as much clock as they can. I don't think they're going to. I thought they might like try to go for a dagger drive and score one more touchdown here to officially kill the game, but it looks like they're more looking to run the clock. Oh man, a little bit of interesting. Stephon Diggs looking like he's having a little bit of a tete-a-tete with Josh Allen on the sideline. Interesting. Going back to the Vikings version of Stephon Diggs. Are we? Is that what's happening here? So it's going to be about 3rd and 1 now for the Bengals. 3rd and 2, they say. Clock's ticking down. Going to be about 5 minutes left on the clock the next time they snap it. If they get a first down, it's already going to be very difficult for Buffalo to find any way back into this game. But if one more first down is probably ball game from Cincinnati here. 3rd and 2. Clock's ticking down. Let's see what happens here. Shotgun. Ugh. Oh my God. They should have had him in the backfield. So dumb. Shotgun on 3rd and 2. I never understand like NFL teams now today are like going shotgun on 3rd and 2. Bills were in the backfield. Should have had the stop. Let him go. He broke free. He got the first down. First down for the Bengals. 1st and 10. They're going to be able to take at least another minute or two off the clock here. This is it. It's over. Officially over, I would say. Cincinnati 27, Buffalo 10. The Bengals called a stupid play. The Bills should have been able to stop that, and just bad tackling by the Bills. Let him pick up a first down. That's probably the end of the game there. All right, so like I said, tomorrow you're going to see the vlog from my trip to the Lost Patty to watch Manchester United versus Arsenal today. Tuesday, I'm thinking that might be our next Crumble cookie review. So we got a new menu coming out tomorrow, so I'll probably go to Crumble, get a new cookie, review that. We have a new Popeyes that just opened here in my neighborhood. You know, I know Popeyes isn't any kind of fancy thing that nobody's ever heard of, but we just got one. There's been some in the Nashville area I visited, but now I've got one that I can hit with a rock, so might as well go there, eat some Popeyes delicious chicken, maybe some rice and beans, maybe some gravy. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Probably do a review of the new Popeyes, so check that out when that comes. Me and Nephew P made a trip to Top Golf together. That was a fun time. I have got some great footage from that. That'll be coming up on the channel at some point in time as soon as I find the time to edit that. That's been one I've been kind of saving. It's kind of evergreen. You know, it's not time sensitive. So if we get a day where I need a video and I don't have anything else ready to go, I'll put that one together and we'll put it out. So if you want to see Nephew P try to swing a golf club, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell on for notifications because that's coming soon. And it is now 4th down. Clock's going to tick down to almost a 2-minute warning. So Buffalo may get the ball back. It looks like Cincinnati might go for it here on this 4th down just to try to fully ice the game. It's a 4th and 1. Might as well. Just, finish it off. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, 4th and 1. Looks like we're going to have Cincinnati going for it. This will be ball game. If they pick this up, it'll be officially ball game. My T. Higgins, anytime touchdown. Oh, Cincinnati false started. False start on Cincinnati, it looks like. Yep, they'll have to punt now. Don't think that ultimately changes anything. It's probably too little too late for Buffalo. T. Higgins, anytime touchdown scoring bet is officially dead. But other things that'll be coming up on the channel shortly. Got tickets to Predators games. 2 different Predators games at least, and I might go to a 3rd, maybe even a 4th. It's that season, it's becoming Predators season where it was funny because I got invited to one game, I got invited to a second game, and then I had a third friend who texted me, was like, we need to go to a Predators game sometime soon. So I don't know if it's like winter, cold, it's just triggering everybody's brains that it's hockey season, but we will have some Predators content coming up on the channel. I've always wanted, I used to have, my dad's company used to have season tickets to the Predators, so I used to get to go all the time, but now I maybe get to go to like one game a season, if that. I think the only game I've been to in like the last 2 or 3 years was the Stadium Series game last year. They're so expensive, like the weekend tickets, the Saturday tickets. They go for like more than a Titans game ticket goes for. It's crazy, but secured tickets for a couple games coming up, so there's going to be some Predators content coming up on the channel. As I mentioned earlier, we will definitely have a Titans uh, season review, future preview video coming up at some point in time. Definitely going to have a Nashville SC season preview coming up. I keep waiting for, like, feels like we should be getting some announcements from the team about, oh, got a little choppy there on the video. Feels like the Nashville SC preseason hype, preseason events, preseason activities should be announced soon. It's been very quiet from the team on that front. Like, we know the first game, we're kicking off the season. We're the first MLS team to play a game on February 25th at Geodis Park. We'll be there live for that game. But in terms of, like, stuff that's going to happen to hype the season up, in terms of, like, it's been really, really quiet. Like, there was about a month or so ago, we got a leak that there's apparently going to be uh, a all black Johnny Cash Nashville SC jersey with even with like a signature on the neckline that looks sick. It looks like it's gonna be crazy. Hope it's true. But that was a leak. That wasn't from the team. In terms of news from the team, there's been like next to nothing about what's coming up. Like, we don't have any kind of like preseason kickoff events announced yet. Like, when jersey launches might happen. All quiet on the Geodis Park front in that regard, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know if this is like standard for the MLS, because this season really that we're coming into is going to be really the first like kind of, you know, knock on wood, normal season for Nashville SC and MLS, because first season we started off, played our home game, played one away game, and the whole world got shut down for COVID. Then the rest of that season was impacted by COVID. Second season, there was still a lot of weird COVID impact on the season. We were still playing at Nissan Stadium, so we're in our home stadium. Last year, we finally moved into Geodis Park, our own home stadium, but we didn't start that till the end of May, basically. So we had the first, 2 months of the season where we were playing all road games, and we were also moved to the Western Conference last season, so we had a lot of extra long road trips last season. So, I feel like I'm starting to transition into a Nashville SC preview without meaning to, but we're moving back to the Eastern Conference. We're starting our season off at home. Everything is kind of going to be the normal run-of-the-mill season for us, or at least it should be, but excited to see what's happening. I would hope there's going to be some, like, preseason hype events, like some kind of, like, kickoff party at the stadium, jersey launch parties, stuff like that. I mean, like, there needs to be. There should be. If there's not, somebody at the Nashville SC office is dropping the ball on that. But obviously, any of that stuff happens. Anytime we get any announcements like that, that stuff we'll cover here on the channel for sure. Got Richard Greenberg in the chat, says, "Don't the Bills know I have $20 on them to win?" Richard, apparently they do not. And they also do not know that I put a future bet on them to win the Super Bowl the night they beat the Titans, like 41-7 or whatever that terrible game was. They just haven't looked the same, like, the last, like, month. Like, that point in the season when they were just crushed the Titans, they just looked like they were going to wallop everybody and go to the Super Bowl. Like, Von Miller obviously got hurt, and that has slowed them down. That changed their defense a lot. I think they've had a lot of other injuries on their defense. I know Micah Hyde is also out for them on their defense side of the ball, but man, they looked unstoppable going back to that game, whether it was week 2, week 3 against the Titans, and just very different looking Bills team today than back then. So, yeah, Richard, you and me are both going to lose a little bit of money on this Bills team. Richard also says, "Are most NSC games now played at 7:30? No more baked in the sun for you?" I think that is going to be the kind of standard kickoff time for NFL with the new Apple TV deal. But the February 25th game, so I think maybe there's a few exceptions if it's going to be like a non-Apple TV game, like a nationally broadcasted game. that are still going to have like outside of that 7:30 window, because the kickoff game February 25th I think is like a 2:30, 2:45 kickoff. It's an afternoon kickoff, but it's February, so it won't be baked in the sun at least. So yeah, but if we're getting a lot more 7:30 games is what the expectation is. There's, with the Apple TV deal, I think there's more of a standardized kickoff time for most of the games, but the national TV games will still have a little variation, at least is my understanding. But where our seats are, if the sun is coming in, it's going to still hit us, because that first game last year in May was brutal. Bills trying to do something here, but there's under a minute left. There's just not enough time to score 17 points here. It's pretty much ball game is over here. I don't know if there's anything still in play for bettors. I don't know what the original over-under on this game was. That I gotta imagine I'm dead. This probably had to be at least like a 40, 50 point over-under on this game. That's probably already dead at this point, but I'll stay with this through at least the last little minute here of the game before I jump off and, go see what Justin wants to do for dinner and where we're going to do for the rest of the night. For the, if you're curious, if anybody's curious what I'm looking at the Dallas 49ers game, that game is like really, 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 really hard for me to kind of, I don't want to say handicap, because I'm not a handicapper. I'm just like a dummy who watches sports and like tries to think of like what are good bets. Interception, ball game. Wow. I gotta think Josh Allen's hurt, because he underthrew that pass by about 10 yards and ultimately got intercepted by the Bengals. Officially ball game, that's it. Bengals are going back to the AFC Championship game. Bengals Chiefs Part 2. Wow. How was this Bengals team a 6-point underdog in this game? It made no sense before the game. It makes no sense now. Wow. Bengals Chiefs next Sunday for the AFC Championship game. Anyway, so the late game tonight, the final game to decide who's going to the NFC Championship game to play the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the Cowboys against the 49ers. Everything screams 49ers. They just look so good. Like, the defense looks good. The running game looks good. Everything is clicking for the 49ers. Brock Purdy has stepped in as the third-string quarterback and has just kept the ball rolling for them. But that's the thing that scares me. Like, there's two things that scare me in this game that make me really unsure about what's going to happen. Is that at some point in time, if you're rolling with the Mr. Irrelevant rookie 7th round pick quarterback, that has to like be a problem at some point in time. There has to be something that goes wrong with that. There's just no way that he's like, I mean, I feel like he's gonna, it's just, I can't imagine Brock Purdy leading a team to the Super Bowl. It's unfathomable. Not Brock Purdy specifically, but just the rookie Mr. Irrelevant quarterback leading a team to the Super Bowl. Just hit Brock Purdy's name out of it. Just put that factor in. That just seems so unlikely that could happen. Ball game official. Bengals have won. Cincinnati, Kansas City next Sunday for the AFC Championship game. But yeah, it just seems so unlikely to me that any team with Mr. Irrelevant as their quarterback could get to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. And the Cowboys have talent. They're good. But I kind of think Mike McCarthy's kind of a dummy. I think he got carried to his one Super Bowl championship by Aaron Rodgers. And I don't think Dak Dak McCarthy. I'm talking about Nashville SC now. I don't think Dak Prescott can carry Mike McCarthy the way Aaron Rodgers did. So, stuck between a rock and a hard place because I don't really believe in the Cowboys, but I also think there's got to be a point where the Mr. Irrelevant 7th round quarterback looks like a Mr. Irrelevant 7th round quarterback. So the only thing I've got on that game right now is I've got Dak McCarthy. I'm going to say it over and over again. I've got Dak Prescott to throw an interception. I've got Brock Purdy to throw an interception. And I've got the Cowboys. I believe I got them up to plus two. What do I have them at? Hold on. I had them in the second half of the teaser with the Bengals. I think I had them at plus like 9 as the second half of a teaser with the Bengals. So the first half hit with the Bengals. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Here's the key to the game, in my mind. Just shooting from the hip. Just it's coming to my brain right now. CeeDee Lamb. Can San Francisco stop CeeDee Lamb? They've got a great defense. They should be able to. You would think if anybody could, they could. I may look at CeeDee Lamb, what his over-under is for receiving yards in this game, because I think he's going to be the key. If Dallas is going to win, they're going to have to get a big game out of him. I'm going to look at the CeeDee Lamb receiving yards total. If it's not ridiculous, if it's somewhere in the 80 to 90 range, I might take it. All right, well, the Bengals have clinched their spot in the AFC Championship game. Chiefs-Bengals 2.0 next week. Exciting. At some point in the season, the Bills were definitely the best team in the NFL, but injuries, other issues have definitely derailed them because they just did not look like the same team that we saw earlier in the season. And I mean, that's the nature of the game. That's how the NFL works. It's a long season. It doesn't seem like it's that long of a season compared to, like, NBA or baseball or something like that. But when you think about how good the Bills looked, like week 1 through 5, maybe, compared to today where they just could not basically do anything. And the Bengals started like 1-3, didn't they? They didn't start off great. It's a long season in the NFL. So we got the Chiefs, we got the Bengals next Sunday. The Eagles are waiting for whoever wins this 49ers Dallas game. If you want my prediction, I don't feel good about it. But I think if I had to make a prediction, and I do because YouTube requires me to make predictions on these games. I think the Cowboys win tonight. It's just, the 49ers have looked incredible. Brock Purdy's, 6-0 as a starter? But that has to come back down to earth. That just cannot keep happening. I'm predicting Cowboys win. Cowboys, Eagles. I mean, hey, we know the NFL has been rigging this whole season. They screwed the Titans out of getting to the playoffs by saying that Josh Dobbs fumbled when he didn't fumble. We had proof of that in this game with that stupid Josh Allen incomplete pass. So, to me, the matchup that would drive more ratings, that would drive more interest, that the NFL would want more is Dallas, Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game. So, there you go. That's my prediction. Cowboys win 28-24. Thanks for watching. If you're a subscriber, thank you for helping me get to over 900 subscribers. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and turn the bell on for notifications. We're on the road to 1,000. If you like what you see, share it with your friends so we can get there. It's been fun. More to come. Thank you so much.